Hey guys, back again. Handstands, level 2. It's all good. Hope you're all doing pretty well. Hope you're enjoying this new level 2 life we're living. It's not out of lockdown yet. Don't treat it like it is, but it's better. We got some more freedoms. So today is a little bit different. We don't need a whole lot of gear, as you may have noticed on the start. In fact, you just need your usual wall. Space, as always, make sure you're not going to kick a light, and cushions or a mat or some pillows if you're worried about tumbling out. You also may have noticed I'm not in my usual spots because I've had a bit of a juggle around the flat, so now I'm in a room that's much harder to get some handstand training in, but we'll do our best, won't we? So plan of attack for today is as follows. We're going to do our warm-up, of course. You know it, you love it. Warm-ups are great. Warm-ups are brilliant. Let's do more warm-ups. We're going to do our alignment drills, our usual little bit of bouncing drills. And then I want to focus on a little bit of conditioning, because everybody loves conditioning. And most of it is built around the strength and stamina to be holding your handstand for a longer period of time. So I've got a couple of fun little drills for that. After that, we'll do a stretch down, because stretching's pretty rad. You should be doing your stretching. That said, I feel like we should just start getting a bit of a warm-up going, don't you reckon? Yeah? Yeah, I reckon. What do you reckon? I reckon. For this one, I just want to start nice and low. We're just going to be lifting up and down and up. This is mostly for getting some hips and some legs going. Trying to get your back nice and flat so you're not flopping the whole time. We're just going to stay nice and upright. So you're moving in a U shape. And then you go all the way up in a circle and around. So making your core stay tight, get that nice and working, and we can circle the other way. Alright, get our spine a little bit more involved now. So you're going to be holding the biggest beach ball, the biggest roundest beach ball you can. You don't hold a beach ball like this, do you? No, to hold a beach ball, you've got to be round. So all of this is pulling in, my spine is curved, I'm feeling that rotate. I'm holding my arms and I'm going to pull that beach ball around to the side, as high as up as I can go, get a stretch down through here, get all this starting to work. And then I'm going to roll that beach ball around. And we're just going to do that a couple of times. So just hugging that beach ball. We're going to turn into a little bit of its shoulder circles, but you don't want it on the ground, so it's going to be curve one round, curve one round, curve one round. So you're going to be still folded, hips are curving, and it's not just a random swing. You've got intention in your arms, so you can stop that circle at any point. It's intention. That's the main thing. Just a little bit of a nice, gentle wake up for the shoulders. Then we're going to go the other way. And I want you to keep that same motion of the arms going, because we're going to be doing the same thing. We're still flattened over. We're just going to be doing it ahead of us. So it's a weird kind of swimming motion. Then we're going to go the other way. Then we'll do the same thing out to the sides. Still flattened over. So it's just a little bit of split time. I'm going to go the other way. Then we're going to do it again, this time standing upright. So arms going to be out in front. Doing that curve, make sure you're not going to hit the roof because you're in a very low room. Other way, before I forget. This is still all in front of you, and shoulders should be engaged, letting that movement come from them. It's not just a random swing. I'm going to go up above. You guys can keep standing if you've got the room. It's like some weird flag signals, isn't it? Other way. And out to the sides. It's not like a full arm circle, you're still keeping it in the reasonably small range of motion, and other way. Starting to get your brain starting to work. Then we're going to step up and do my favourites, because we should do some washing machines. Just wash it around, wash it around again. Just keep washing them around. Then we're going to take it, turn to the side, stretch over, open up, open down. And do that 5 times. Feeling the twist coming from your core and your obliques. Hips don't want to move that much. 5. And washing machine. And take it over. You're going to do the same rotation for 5 times. It's just my ribs coming down, coming to look, coming down, coming to look. A little bit more to get some blood to our hands. So it's the same one we've done before. I just like it. It's fun. You're going to be standing feet about hip width apart. Be lifting and shrugging down. You need that blood pumping all the way down to your hands. Nice and quick, nice and fast. Should feel pretty effective pretty quick. Just up and down the whole time. You might start feeling your feet lift off the floor a little bit. That's alright. And for our next little bit, I need to move this slightly because I need my timer. Just to get us back into a little bit of a warm-up drill, we're going to do what I call 4-minute abs. And if you guys have done some class with me last time at the hub, you know I'm all about these. The idea is we would make it 8-minute abs, but it's also only an hour class, so we don't have time to do that necessarily. But if you do have time and you are comfortable in your abdominal strength, then do the 8-minute version. So what it is we're going to do 4 minutes or 8 minutes, up to you, and it's just a series of 8 exercises in a row. We're not going to stop at all, we're just going to keep going. You're going to do your 4-sided dish rocks on your back, on your left, on your right, on your front, and in between those you're also doing your planks. So regular plank, side plank, reverse plank. And I'll show you what all those look like before we start. We're just going to do them for 30 seconds each. It's a warm-up, we're not trying to kill you, but if you can, go for the 8-minute version. I'm just going to get my timer nice and ready. How's your day going? I hope your day's going well. Alright, cool. So, for reference, I'm just going to bring this down to like this so you can see what's going on. So you should be familiar with your normal dish rock already, yeah? Oh, okay, I didn't think this through. We'll go like this. Here, and we rock. After that, we're going to go to our reverse plank, so fingers pointing towards our toes, so we're not bent out like this. We want nice and that, building that wrist strength. Pushing your heels and your toes to the ground, you're going to lift your hips, keep your hips nice and high. We don't want to see this, always wants to be this. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. At which point we're then going to turn to our right side, and I feel like we've done this before. We're going to stack our hips above one another. Our legs are in line with our hips, so we've not hiked them forward and we're not arching back, because that's going to roll us forward and back, and we want to be on our side. Our free arm is lifted off the ground, and we're contracting through here. This part of us. From ribs down to your hips. Your top hand can be in front of you for balance, but we're just going to rock. Like this. After that, you can use your elbow or your straight arm. I prefer you to use your straight arm because we're doing handstands. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. I can't see you. Do what you want. You can either do your elbow plank, or you can go for your straight arm plank. We hold that. We do the same thing on the other side, and then we finish with our dish rocks and planks on our front. So we're going to be here, squeezing our arch feet together, arms forward, and river up. We go into our plank. Nice and simple, it takes 4 minutes, it's really quick. If at any point you get tired and you need to stop the rocks, Okay, but hold the dish. The whole point of this is to get some longer term time stress under time. So you want to build this because in your handstand, your abs should be working pretty crazily. If you want to be holding that for a while, you want them to be able to work crazily for a while. So if you get halfway through, don't collapse and be like, well, I'm done. It's 4 minutes. You can do this. I believe in you. And I also believe I can throw my phone out. Okay, so we're going to start with our dish rocks on our back. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and dish rocks. It's just 30 seconds each way. It's nothing crazy. Ideally, we'd make you do it for a minute, but that's alright for now. Keep pulling your stomach in. Keep breathing. And into your reverse plank. Hips nice and high. Fingers pointing towards your toes. Oh no, I just need to stop my computer dying on me because that's okay. But we keep going, we keep going, we keep going. Try and keep your heels together. Hips up, shoulders open. We're going to be going to our right side soon, so think about planning where that's going to go. And on our right side, make sure you're in line. Keep that side working. Toes are always pointed. Still breathing. And very nearly ready for our plank on our side. Up now. So making sure you're in line so you're not tilting forwards or open, you're not sinking down, you're not super far up. We just want to be in a nice straight line. Make sure your shoulder's over your wrist. And we're nearly halfway, look at that. Nearly there. Going to our left side next. And left side, here we go. Ooh, don't hit the wall. So still focusing on that side crunch. That's what pulls you up for this. Getting ready for our plank very soon. About now. Left side plank. And just enjoy it. Make sure you're in that line. Top side is working, bottom side is working, especially this guy. Regular front abs are working. We're just got to finish with one side. So this is going to be on our front, finishing with a regular plank. And on your front, last time, here we go. Feet together, arms in front. Keep squeezing, keep breathing. And plank. Nice straight plank. Wrists under shoulders. Push into the knuckles of your hands like we would in our handstand. Hips tucked under. Enjoy. Nearly there. 5 more seconds for you guys. And that was that. It wasn't so bad, was it? Stop the timer. It's not that bad at all. Good little conditioning set if you've only got 5 minutes. Smash some abs out. Really, really good for you. While we're here, let's start warming up our wrists. Grab some water if you want. I forgot my water bottle, but that's okay. I'll edit it in later. And go the other way. I'm also going to slow it down, so it's not fast. It's going to really feel where that motion starts coming from, where your wrist bends and why. And then you can go the other way again, still slow. I'm going to turn it into roller coasters. Go the other way, reasonable speed. And then we're going to take it slow and starting to feel all that bend, all that joint, what it feels like in each range, where it goes, and the other way. We'll do a couple of rolls. So wrists go together, and roll your thumbs together, the backs of your wrists, and out. Again, this is all very similar ways of doing the same thing. I just like this version. It gives you a little bit of pressure in a slightly different place. You can go the other way. Train both sides. A little bit of a shake. Up and down. Hands forward. We're going to do our weird little handshakes just for 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do some barn doors for 10. Arms straight, shoulders pushing. Fingers staying in line with your palms, so you're not coming through, you're staying just nice and flat. 8, 9, 10, and then up and down as well, just for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. How are we doing for time? We don't really have time. We're going to do a quick set of normal wrist push-ups, because of course we are. So set yourself up. Wrists, shoulders stacked nicely over wrists. Another thing about this is you don't want them over this part of your wrist, you want them closer to over your knuckles. So it's all in that nice stacked straight line. Over our 10 push-ups. Keeping our fingers on the ground. Ten of our thumbs, keeping our arms straight. Make sure there's none of this going on, just nice straight arms. 10 with just our pinky side of our hands coming up. 5, 10, and then 10 all the way to fingers. Make sure you stay over your wrist, you're not pushing back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You guys know it, you guys love it. We'll do a little bit of a fish. And the other way. We're just going to finish with a little bit. We're going to go for 10 shoulder blade push-ups, and then 10 shoulder blade push-ups into downward dog, and then we'll crack in. How's that sound? So, nice in your plank, or on your knees if you prefer. Just 10 squeezing the shoulders together and apart, keeping them down your back. You don't want them right up by your ears. Nice and apart. 8, 9, 10. Into your downward dog, and same here, sliding up and down your back. 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. So before we just crack into our alignment drills, oh wow, my brain is. Ugh. Biggest thing I want you guys to be focusing on this is really that line of your shoulders. You want to have your fingers pushed into the floor as much as you can, so your hands are going to be. So you're going to be opening your shoulders up as much as you can. So it's trying to get to your ear. So you're not having your shoulders set up like here. You really, really want it set back without letting your chest pop out to make that happen. It's coming from here, not from here. That's the biggest thing I need you guys to think about, yeah? That's what we're going to do. So we're just going to crack on, smash through our alignment drills. Same way as before, 10-second hold, 10 knee slides, 10 leg lifts. We can do it all twice, and then we'll do a couple of balance drills, then into our conditioning period of the setup. So I'm going to go all the way over to the back because that's where there's space. There's not going to be a mattress in the way. Let's go this way, like this, yeah. If I do it like, is that gonna? Oh, actually, that'll do beautifully, won't it? So you see how my fingers are touching the ground? That's what I'm after. Ideally, I would be able to have my hands like here, but I sadly don't have a lip in the floor for that yet. So you're going to set yourself up. It'll be like this. Palms pushing in, you're already going to be setting. Make sure this is set in. As this pulls in, your shoulders don't come up. This just pulls in, your shoulders stay where they are. That's what we're after. I'm going to push away, set everything up. I'm going to hold for 10, 9, back against the ground, 8, 7, hips tucked under, 6, 5, point to toes, 4, 3, still pushing, 2, and 1. I'm going straight into our knee slides. Heels staying on the ground, rolling in, rolling out, heels staying on the ground the whole time. Always pushing away, keep your back on that ground all the way out. Keep your ribs pulling in. 3, squeeze your butt. It's 4. Keep pushing the wall away. It's 5. Pointed toes. Belly button always pulling in. Still pushing away at the wall. 9. And 10. And then straight into our little leg lifts. Back staying on the ground. Still pushing the wall away. 6, 7, 9, 10. Hopefully that's actually starting to get easier and easier if you guys have been following along from the start of lockdown. It's part of the reason why you do it every time. The other thing is it really starts waking this up in terms of relation of what your arm and legs are going to be doing. I talk about this every time, but it's a really, really good set of drills. So you're going to have a quick breathing, grab some water if you want. I will do because through the miracle of crappy editing, I already got my water bottle. So we're going to do another quick set of that, then we'll do our usual, we're going to go for 3 sets of 20 seconds on the wall, then we're going to do our 5 kick-ups on the ground, and then I have some alternative drills. Ooh, mystery drills. What are they going to be? Who knows? I know. You'd hope so. I'm just talking nonsense. Now we're going to go back and do the same set of drills again. You've had your break. Let's do it. What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? Now I'm procrastinating. It's not a good sign, is it? Alright. Set all this up first before you worry about what your arms are doing. That's going to happen. So belly button goes into the ground. Your ribs are driving down, so it's like they're being pulled down your abs, and your hips are rotated under. Toes pointed. Knees trying to go flat. And your butt should be squeezed. And again, I know I talk about this a lot, but the reason your butt's squeezed is if it's tucked under and you're trying to have your legs out straight, your abs are going to go as soon as they want to get to that straight because you're changing that angle here. So you're going to have your butt squeezed to make sure your legs go straight while you can keep your abs engaged. So hands on the ground. I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, still breathing, 1. Into our little leg slides. Ankles staying on the ground the whole time. Always pushing away with our arms. 4. 5. Remember to squeeze your butt about now. That's when it squeezes. Keep your back pushing into the ground. Pushing the wall away. I lost count, I think I've got one more. And we're into our leg lifts. 5. That's it. How easy is that? You guys are all over this. How we're doing for time? We're doing okay for time. We're doing even okay for time. So for our wall handstands, I'm going to find this quite difficult with what I've got. I might do them in front of the cupboard. We're going to do 3 sets of 20 seconds. So set yourself up whether you can cartwheel or walk in. Biggest thing you're wanting to focus on this time is that push out of your shoulders the entire time. Body line should be good. We've been hitting that pretty hard for the last couple of weeks. This time I really want to focus on your shoulders never slack. You're always pushing. And the reason is, if I'm doing my handstand like this, there's all this space, which means that this is not as strong. And as soon as my arms go, the closest thing to the ground is going to be my noggin. And I quite like that as it is. Don't hurt your head, folks. It's pretty important. So the idea between here and here, all of this is pushing and locked in. That's what's going to keep me safe. That's what pushes the ground away. That's what makes my handstand strong and stable. So we're going to go for 20 seconds. I'm just going to do like that so you can see me on the cupboard over there. So I need a timer. That's all it is. 3 sets, 20 seconds. Starting off on the first one. Pointed toes on the wall. And up we go. Pushing away from the wall. And that's your 20 seconds. There's not a lot of space in this room at all right now. So how many of you felt like your shoulders were starting to drift towards the end of that? So in 20 seconds it shouldn't be too bad. But that's something to be paying attention when we start building up to about a minute. You might have time to water down, not entirely certain. But give your wrist a little bit of a shake if you want. Grab some water again, but we're going to make you go up again pretty soon. Yeah. Think about how it's feeling. Next step we're going to do, of course, is going to be our flexed feet. Both feet flexed. Again, if you're still not comfortable with this, you don't have to. We can even alternate between flexed feet and pointed feet. If you do flexed feet, you're like, no, that's scary. Go back to pointed feet. It's all good. You do you. But you're going to set yourself up. I'm going to reset my timer. And we're just going to go back up to the wall. Flexed feet this time. Oh, let's start the damn thing. There we go. Flexed feet. Pushes you away from the wall a little bit, which is always good to start maintaining and finding that balance. For our last one is, again, it's up to you. If you want to put a mattress or a set of pillows or something on the ground in front of you in case you fall out, it's okay. But for those of you who are starting to get more and more comfortable when holding wall handstands, now is when I would start encouraging you to try and take that into a little bit of a balance. So that's partially what the flex feet's going for. So we're going to go with 1 foot pointed, 1 foot flex like we have done for the last couple of weeks. But I just want you to do a little lift off with the flex foot. So it might be pointed foot, flex foot. If we go here so you can see. And the flex foot might just do a bit of this. So it's not touching. You might come back to it. If you fall off, that is okay. That's why I'd rather you have the cushions and stuff there. If you're confident in handstand forward rolls, then obviously up to you. Or if you've got space to cartwheel, don't die on me, computer. Okay, it's not died. We're good. We're okay. We're fine. But working to where you feel you are comfortable for this. But the idea is to start building into that balance. So let's do it. It's just another 20 seconds. I'm just going to reset the timer real quick. Little bit of balance. Here we go. Pushing out of your shoulders. And that's your 20 seconds done. Pull this over so I can stop timing. Because I am a well organized, ready to go. Alright. A little bit of break. Again, I forgot to mention it on the last one, but that shoulder push. How many of you were focusing on that shoulder push? It's very easy to get caught up in balance, but yeah, it's cool, and then you realise later that you're actually doing it like this, not here. Shoulders always to your ears. Grab some water, if you would like, I would like. It's less of a sauna, this room, but it still gets very warm. Okay, just checking on time. So we're going to do our kick-ups, of course, as we do. I'm trying to figure out where I can actually do them in this room. We're going to do 5 on each leg, as always, but this time we're not necessarily aiming for float. We're going to be aiming for that balance. So it doesn't have to be all the way. It might be up, it might just be a float. It might be up and there is no float. It might be up and you stay there for 3 days, I don't know. If you stay there for 3 days, come down at some point, you're going to need to eat. But it's going to be 5 up on each leg, and I want to start with your hands on the ground for this one. And that's going to start you building up that awareness of what your shoulders need to be doing to get to that open position. Similar to when we talked about doing tucks and straight, it was a while back. The idea is if you're going to be starting, where am I not going to destroy something? Let's go this way. Probably. But the idea is if I start here, my shoulders are already starting quite closed. So as I kick up, I need to make them... this room's sketching me out a little bit. As I kick up, I need to be pushing them open to get that stack. I can't just rely on the push of my legs. It needs to be push and force open with that shoulder, so your arms are working to make this happen. I'm going to do 5 on each leg, a couple of holds. Set yourself up, so hands on the ground, starting with your shoulders already stacked up and over. It's going to be 1. It's going to be 2. Thinking about your back leg driving up the whole time as well. It's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. I'm trying to speed through these because, frankly, we don't have super long. But ideally, you guys are going to be floating and taking these and hopefully hitting a couple of seconds of hold. Because that'll be pretty good. Shouldn't have had that water. And then you have 5 on your other leg. I should train this more often, just like I tell you guys to. So set yourself up. 1, 2. And you see that one? I opened my hips, but my shoulders didn't, so I ended up curving, so I didn't go up. That's 3. That's 4. Last one. And that's 5. Come on over and say hello. So it's really interesting to be watching someone. So if you want to, go back and watch when I'm hitting my handstand and all of these, because sometimes you'll notice that the kick-ups are different, and you can feel that. And sometimes you'll save it, sometimes you won't. So the one I stopped on there, as soon as I went, I opened my shoulders too early, and as a result I had to try and arch my hips up and over. And it felt real janky. so it wasn't going to hold. Unless I really try to save it, but honestly in this string I'm not going to try to. The ceiling's like this, and it's just sketching me out. The light bulbs are all low. So that's something to work with. Other than that, I would encourage you to go and try kick ups and free holds all the time anyway. If you're worried about going over backwards, do them this far away from a wall. So you land feet first and kick back off. That said, how are we doing for time? We're doing. What's that? We're doing. So the main drill I have for you today is going to be, it's more wall holds. It's just a variation of. So instead of doing our wall hold here, and this is all going to tie back into the shoulder pushing I was talking about, we're going to be doing our wall hold at 45 degrees, which is significantly harder. But we're going to work into that. I'm going to show you what I mean. First, we're going to do it standing upright. A couple of tests of that. We're going to do a couple of shoulder pushes, and then we're going to go into our 45 degree on the ground. So we're going to start with just a couple of seconds holds. So if I go to like here, I have my hands on the wall, and I'm going to straighten my body out until I'm in my 45 degree line. And notice I'm not pushing up, my shoulders are open, but I'm also not sinking forwards. I'm only going as far as I'm happy to keep that push and that line. My abs are tucked, my ribs are rolled under, and I'm just pushing and holding here. We're just going to do 3 sets of that, 15-20 seconds each time. And the big thing I want you to think about is that push up and that resist to not open too far, particularly if you've got very mobile shoulders, but also letting it open without having it that closed. If that makes sense. Gravity helps you to a point and then you have to tell it no. So 2 more sets of that, everybody. Set yourself on your wall, find your 45 degree, open your shoulders. Make sure that's not open shoulders but like collapsed everywhere else. Everywhere needs to be forcing that line. This is a good little one for getting you right up here in the delts. It's easier this way. It's so much easier this way. But the only problem is that it's also very easy to let your shoulders stay down. So say always still want to be pushing up, you're thinking about doing it in your handstand even when you're actually not, right? So we've got 1 more set of these. Hands on the wall. Straighten yourself out. And finish that. Turn the power socket off. Oh, this actually just gave me thought of another really good exercise in this similar kind of a vein. So do a couple of those. Yeah, because it's a little bit lighter. And I've done these as warm-ups in the hub, and some people really aren't a fan. But the good thing about tension bridges is that it's really easy to find out where your limit is reasonably safely. So what we're going to do, similar to what we're doing on the wall, it just makes it slightly harder because you can't use gravity to help you. It's working against you a little bit more. It's working a slightly different range. So the idea is you're going to stand up and plonk your head on the ceiling properly. You can have, come palms down and sort of caterpillar walk out to your plank. From here, you're going to walk your hands out as far as they can go while maintaining that position all the way to a collapse. You want to be able to find that end position, hold it for 3-4 seconds, and then collapse. Or lower down slower. We're going to do that 5 times. So, get yourself up, walk yourself out, find your bridge, wherever that may be. Slow down, and get back up into our plank for number 2. 3 more to go, folks. Get a free press up, because why not, you know? Two more. Carpet is very slippery. We've got one last one to do. I quite enjoy this. They're good. Ideally, don't be on such a slippery floor. That makes it hard and you have to pull back a little bit. But it's really good for finding out where the contact point. The idea is, suppose you're not driving into the heel of your hand, you're trying to drive still into the knuckles of your hand as well. Trying to keep that whole core nice and tight and set up. A little bit of water, because why not? A bit of time. We're still doing okay. Look at that. So the pushing exercise I quite like for handstands is a little bit more of a tumbling exercise, and it's just like shoulder pushes off a wall. It's not quite the same, but the idea of getting that sharp push and then locking out is what I quite enjoy about it. So if we go to like, maybe this will work. So I'm going to set myself up, like here, I'm going to be a little bit out in that, not quite that 45-degree shape. My shoulders are closed a little bit, but from here, if this wall was a little bit small, like here, I can poke my bum out to make my body a little bit more in line. I'm going to try and push out with my shoulders and keep them locked out from there. So it doesn't need to be quite as sharp, but it's good for getting an idea of where your shoulders should go, because if you give it a big push and then lock, that's where you want to be. So we're going to do that 10 times. So push, stay locked. I'm down, push, stay locked. It's going to be 3. Keep your shoulders up by your ears until you're finished pushing. You're always pushing the air away. Keep resetting your body, making sure you're going to be set up nice and right. 4 more. Keep pushing. And last one. Alright. A little bit of a break, a little bit of a wibble wobble, wibble wobble. A bit of a bounce, a bit of a twist. Okay. So the final one is going to be our full 45-degree handstand. And this is basically a combination of everything we've just done. Just readjust that so you can see what I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, more or less like that. So it's a combination of everything we've done. It's the same thing we just did on the wall. We're just going to flip it around. Similar to a tension bridge. But the main thing in all of this is that same push we've just done. That same resistance into the palms. So you're not letting it rest in the heel of your palm at any point. You're always trying to get it across your bed of knuckles there. Core staying in, because of course it's still a handstand. That is pretty important. Maybe number one. Maybe number one. But the other thing is I really want to focus on is avoiding, because there's going to be a tendency to want to be like, oh cool, I can go to my plank, and it's not a plank. It's really, really not a plank. I would much rather you pike at the hips than close your shoulders for this, because that's not what we're aiming to do with this. So if I go to, how are we going to show you guys this? Let's go to like here maybe. Can I do that? I can. So here I am in my 45 degrees, and I'm making sure my shoulders are open. Driving down, really, really open. Trying to keep that weight in the knuckles of my hand. And if I need to, I can pike to come down. But I want to avoid doing this. You still want your head in line with your arms. That is the number one goal of this particular bit. Okay, cool. So we're going to be doing that. Going to be going for 3 sets of 15 seconds. Are we good? Are we good? I don't know, I can't hear you, but that's fine. 3 sets of 15 seconds. setting up for our first one. And go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Number 1, done. Easy as that. Keep breathing and really, really keep pushing. It's really tempting just to let your shoulders sink. And if that's the case, you can back into the wall a little bit more. The closer you are to the wall, the easier it is to actually get that push because you're starting to stack your body above instead of trying to push it out on an angle. The main thing is to avoid that plank. That is the biggest thing we're going to be doing. But a little bit of a shakeout, a little bit of a rollout, whatever you want to do. And then we're going to do our second set. So, find your space. Set yourself up and go. 6, 13, 14, 15. One more set to go, and then we're in our stretching, cooling down phase. It is a little bit of a short lesson today, apologies guys. But a little bit of a shakeout. This is really, really good. Gets you a little bit burned in the shoulders. Also really good for general aerial exercises. But it's just nice to have that ability because then lets you push and counteract. Not always just with your core. If you do go too far over, or you under kick, you can then suddenly use your shoulders to be like, oh cool, I'm going to push in and find my balance. So a lot of these exercises are designed to push you in various ranges and how to get back into it using various parts of your body. So it's not always, there's not always a one-stop solution. It's not if I go too far over, I always just use my shoulders. Sometimes maybe I have to get my hips back in line, or maybe it's my core that's gone, or maybe my legs are too far, or maybe my hands aren't doing what they need to do. It's about recognizing how to do it and then being able to use the various tools in your body to fix that. So we've got a third set is basically where this is going, because we want to be familiar with this, right? So third set, here we go. Find your space. Up the wall we go. And 45. That's your 15. So that's more or less all we have for you guys. I encourage you to be doing your minute holds. As you always, we may as well stretch down while I talk about this. Hands going down, shoulders going down, sorry. Always building up to a minute hold. If you want to push for a 2-minute hold, go for that. That's a pretty damn good goal. Today was more of a strength day, so I wouldn't be chasing, I've talked about this before, but I wouldn't be putting strength and conditioning handstand days with your balance handstand days usually. Because by the time you get to doing your balance after you've done all your strength things, you're too tired. Or by the time you start to try and hit your strength things, you're too tired to be doing your maximum, and you're not going to get as good results out of it. So it's just nice to have it as a split thing. So you go and you do, I've done my hour of balancing, I'm done. Or I've done my hour of strength things, I'm done. Keep it consistent. It's going to be the biggest thing for making your training work for you. But also, the Hub's got classes. We can come do handstand classes in person. I can talk to you and give you feedback on the spot. Laura's doing handstand classes as well. Laura's great. Either one of us, come both of us up. Zoom classes are still happening. Check us out on, that's Tuesday nights at the moment. And then there's handstand classes also on Tuesday nights. There's handstand classes on Thursday nights. We have aerial classes back. There's juggling classes. There's kids classes. If you're like, if you've had enough of them, you've been in lockdown for 7 weeks, you've had enough, send them to us. But also if you're like, well, I want to do something with them, we still have our Zoom family class going. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, basically, which is all really good. The other little stretch I quite like actually, so let's just do that, is, particularly after something like this, is you're going to put the back of your hand against your hip bone, from your elbow forward, and you can either use your hand to give it a little twist, or you can have your knee there to help give it a little. It's just a little way to get down through here, which is quite nice after doing those 45-degree ones. But yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to say at this point. I'm just going to stretch and enjoy. Keep being sensible. We don't want to go back to having hub shut. But I'm so excited to actually go and teach people in person. So come share that. I know all the other trainers are over the moon to be actually coming back and seeing you guys and seeing what you've been doing over lockdown. Whether that's anything, and there's nothing wrong with having like a decent break either. So if you come back and you're like, I've not done lockdown, that's fine. That is a-okay. I've been doing less than lockdown than I feel like I should have been as well. So on the other hand, if you've been like fitness guruing out, brilliant. Let's hit it hard. Let's go. But be gentle when you come back to the hub. Just be aware that 7 weeks off can be rough. You're welcome to finish stretching down any other way that you guys need to. It is a shorter lesson today, and I do apologise for that. But I'm just excited to things start moving where they're moving to. And I can't wait to see you guys in person. That'd be really, really cool. So with that said, hopefully we'll see you guys very soon. You're more than welcome to keep doing these online stuff as well if you're not into coming to the hub at the moment, or you're in someone who's at risk's bubble. It is totally fine. That's why we still have the online stuff. But have a good day. Happy handstands.